So the issue about the category of land ownership in the land rights law is quite clear and simple, especially knowing that the law provides for 4 categories of land when it comes to ownership. One is the private land category, and that is, by definition, that is the land that citizens can own. Okay, private citizens have their land, they have their deed that is registered and probated. That is a private land. You know, you build a house, you do a farm, whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you. Then we have the government land category, and that category is every land that the government is using, okay, to run the government. And most likely it is a land that has government structures and premises on it. So if you look at where you have the city halls, the administration building, the government schools, the government hospitals, all of these are examples of government land. And in future, government can also buy land. And when the government buys the land, it becomes government land as well. Then you have the public land category. And that is the category I like to call the land bank. It is a land that is for everybody, those that are currently living and even those that are unborn. They will come and meet the public land category. And government can access it. It's being managed by government, first of all, but government can access it. Government can get land from in the public land, it becomes government land. Private citizens can get land from in the public land, it becomes private land. Okay? So the public land is not restricted to a particular person or what you might call, but then it is for everybody, and anybody can access it, but it is being managed by the government, just like the government land. Then one last and very important category, which just like the government land, it also came of recent, is the customary land. You know, for the first time in Liberia, the law has provided for customary people to have deeds and ownership to the land that they occupy. So the customary land category is a land that is acquired and owned by a community in line with their traditions, their norms, and their customary practices. And according to the law, it has something to do with their occupancy as well, the period of occupancy. And in the law, it's a minimum of 50 years. So if a community has been occupying a piece of land for a minimum of 50 years, the law says whether they have deed for it or not, that land belongs to them. Okay? And lastly, there is one other very important category, which is not a standalone category in itself, because there are just 4 categories, but this category cut across almost all of them, and that is the protected areas. Protected areas are land that is gazetted or set aside by a Forestry Development Authority in line with the FDA law of 2006. Okay? And the protected areas can be on the customary land, it can be on government land, it can be on public land, or even private land. It cut across everywhere, but it's set aside by FDA, by law. Okay? And that land, whatever land the FDA set aside, can be termed as a protected area.